जिंदगी की पहली जरूरत क्या है? पानी। और पानी कैसा होना चाहिए? साफ, स्वच्छ और बिल्कुल क्लियर। 10 on 10। प्यूरोनिक्स आपका वाटर सिस्टम्स एक्सपर्ट न केवल आपके पीने के पानी का टेस्ट बढ़ाएगा बल्कि अनप्लेजेंट ओडर्स को भी दूर भगाएगा। तो अब बॉटल वाटर की छुट्टी, सीधे टैप से क्रिस्टल क्लियर पानी पिए
और अपनी स्किन को स्पॉटलेस और सॉफ्ट बनाए। और जानिए कैसे प्यूरोनिक्स वाटर सिस्टम एनर्जी कंजम्पशन कम करने के साथ साथ आपके पैसों की बचत करता है।
एक फ्री वाटर टेस्ट स्केड्यूल करने।
Very shortly, we'll have Dr. Saket Bhatia with us, and we'll talk about astrology today. So stay tuned, and we'll start the show in about 2 minutes. Dear Dan.
Puronics, the clear way to enjoy water.
Pure makes it clear to say, what a better place the world. Bringing great tasting pure water, straight from the tap.
हेलो लिसनर्स, दिस इज मोनीश खाई। अगर आपको रियल एस्टेट में ग्रो करना है तो प्लीज लिसन केयरफुली। लेथरॉप, मंटिका, ट्रेसी, माउंटेन हाउस एरिया बहुत ग्रो कर रहे हैं। लास्ट 3 to 5 इयर्स में यहाँ पर 300,000 का गेन हुआ है। अगर आप भी रियल एस्टेट में अपना पोर्टफोलियो स्ट्रॉन्ग करना चाहते हैं तो कॉल मी। दिस इज रियल एस्टेट एक्सपर्ट Munish Khai. My number is 209-888-7033. 209-888-7033 और munishkhairealestate.com। हम लोग करंटली 330 प्रॉपर्टीज मैनेज कर रहे हैं और 2024 में हमने 100 प्लस घर सोल्ड किए हैं। वी आर पॉपुलर फॉर वन स्टॉप शॉप। यहाँ सारी फैमिली इकट्ठे काम करती है। मेरे दोनों बेटे, मेरे मिसेस, वी आर फैमिली ऑफ रियल्टर्स एंड ब्रोकर्स। दिस इज मुनीश खाई, रियल एस्टेट एक्सपर्ट, लेथरॉप, मंटिका, ट्रेसी एरिया। 209-888-7033. 209-888-7033. Thank you.
Jaya Jaya Jagannath.
The 59th annual San Francisco Rath Yatra Festival of the Chariots and Parade will take place on Sunday, 24th August 2025.
The parade will begin at 10:30 a.m. at Transverse and John F. Kennedy Drive in Golden Gate Park and proceed east to Robin Williams Meadows, 300 Bowling Green Drive, where the Festival of India begins at noon.
Everyone is welcome. Free vegetarian feast for thousands, free entertainment and free admission. For more information, call the ISKCON Temple President Jagannath Swami Dasa at 707-439-1990 or visit iskonberkeley.us.
Tired of wearing the same old gold jewelry? Exchange your old gold for new and exquisite gold or diamonds at Tanishq's Festival of Exchange. We are now open in Santa Clara at 3406 El Camino Real. Get an exciting $5 per gram on your diamond purchase with exchange. Plus, enjoy zero deduction on old gold bought from any jeweler above 18 carats. Transparent, hassle-free process every step of the way. There's never been a better time to exchange. Tanishq, a Tata product. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to care for seniors, there is nothing better than Customize on Lok Peace program is a personalized.
And we are live on Facebook, Saket ji. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but not very loudly.
Because I'm talking outside of the live thing right now, or not in the air. So the moment
You have all the questions, right? You have the show stuff. We usually take questions after 15 minutes.
Vedic has told me, so I'll follow that, and after the thing, and you can give me more feedback.
Okay.
Did you know? Learn at a remarkable rate. Science has proven that the earlier you expose your infant to a stimulating, fun environment filled with music, sounds, color, activities, the more engaged they will be, the better their multisensory and motor skills, focus, concentration, and most importantly, communication. Genius Kids has opened the largest infant center in the Bay Area at 2220 Peralta Boulevard in Fremont. Call 510-713-2431 to schedule a tour or visit geniuskidsonline.com.
Wondering how to get your kids into a top college? Smart parents start early. At Empowerly, our counselors help students build competitive profiles through personalized guidance on academics, extracurriculars, and essays. From Ivy League dreams to finding the perfect fit school, we've helped thousands of families get results. Last year, 98% of our students got into a top US college. Learn how at empowerly.com/RZ. That's EMPOWERLY.com/RZ.
जंगल में आग लगने की मौसम से पहले बिजली कटौती के लिए तैयार रहें। आज ही अपनी संपर्क जानकारी और मोबाइल नंबर अपडेट करें ताकि PG&E आपसे संपर्क कर सके। pge.com/outage alerts पर जाएं।
पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम तो कर रहा हूँ, पर पापा ही नहीं आके देखेंगे तो क्या फायदा? उनको बुला नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्योंकि उनको प्री एग्जिस्टिंग मेडिकल कंडीशन है।
Don't worry, visitor plans है ना? Visitor insurance plans. Quote, compare and buy online at visitorplans.com. Plan available with acute onset of pre-existing conditions. Help in claim process.
For more information, log on to visitorplans.com or call 855-5-VISITOR.
Solve your life's problems and unlock a brighter future with Dr. Saket Bhatia, renowned astrologer and numerologist with 25 years of experience and 12,000 satisfied clients. Get happiness and success in career, finance, health, relationships, and more. Call 408-639-5300 or visit saketbhatia.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Saket Bhatia, and I invite you to tune into my show every Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., where we deep dive into the world of astrology, numerology, and life coaching with a fresh perspective and a real discussion about what are real solutions and what are myths. Don't miss. That's every Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., only on Radio Zindagi, 1550 a.m. GA Jaa.
Welcome, everybody. You're listening to Radio Zindagi. I'm your host, Sani Moza, and now is the time for the astrology show with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Ji haan, every Tuesday from 4 to 5, Saket ji joins us. And Saket ji ke baare mein kya kahun? He has a PhD in astrology. He is a certified numerologist. He's a life coach. He has over 12,000 satisfied clients over the last 25 years, and a lot of listeners have reached out to him and gained valuable insights. Now, if you have any questions during the show, you can call Radio Zindagi, and our studio number is 510-770-1550. But if you want a personal appointment with him, you can call his office directly, and his number is 408-639-5300, or even better, remember his website, saketbhatia.com, saketbhatia.com. With that, Saket ji, welcome again to Radio Zindagi on your show.
How are you doing, Sunny?
I'm doing fantastic. आपको इतने सालों से जानता हूं, and finally, we're doing a show together.
Yes, it's been a long time I've even met you, but thank you for hosting. Vedic Astrology pe hai. You're gracious enough to host this for us. I appreciate it. And as always, Tuesday is a good day. We come
Tuesday's a
back
good
like
day.
clockwork. We come back like
Absolutely.
clockwork, educate the people, the audience. हर हफ्ते हम एक नई टॉपिक लेके आते हैं. We talk about something which is more interesting for the audience. Our goal is, so you are aware of your chart. Our goal is you are able to understand who you are, how you can shape your life for the better. हमें यही चाहिए.
बिल्कुल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इट्स माय प्लेजर दैट आई गेट टू टॉक टू यू टुडे ऑन दिस शो. तो आज हम कौन से टॉपिक पे बात करने वाले हैं, साकेत जी?
आज हम बात करेंगे about the sun. People often misunderstand the planet sun, right?
Okay.
हम sun की बात करते हैं, sun sign की बात करेंगे, and why sun sign is not treated as importantly as moon sign or ascendant in Vedic astrology, but फिर भी sun sign की importance क्या है, right? So, for
Interesting.
example, Sunny, what is your zodiac sign?
Sagittarius.
So, what does that mean?
I just know the generic thing about what they say about Sagittarius, but that's all pretty much I know.
The Sagittarius means जब आप पैदा हुए थे, your sun was sitting in Sagittarius. That's what it means.
Okay.
12 zodiac sign है.
जी.
Right? So sun has to sit in some zodiac sign.
Uh-huh.
When you were born, it is sitting in Sagittarius. So you're run by the planet Jupiter. But that is in Western astrology. In Vedic astrology, what are you? You're likely either a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. Chances कि आप Scorpio हो ज़्यादा है.
I don't know right now, but yeah, it's different than Sagittarius, I think.
So when you listen to, when you go on newspaper में पढ़ते हो what your horoscope is, right? It is always based on sun sign.
Correct.
But Vedic astrology में हम राशि फल कहते हैं, which is daily horoscope. That is based on moon sign.
Okay.
But जो हम कुंडली पढ़ते हैं, that is based on ascendant. Think of those
Kundali is based on ascendant.
Yes.
Interesting. Tell us more.
Ascendant is your zodiac sign which is rising when you're born. वो east पे है. So imagine you're just being born. which is the zodiac sign जो ईस्ट पे राइज हो रही है, that is your body.
Interesting.
मून जहां बैठा है, that is called राशि, that is your mind. And sun जहां बैठा है, that is your soul. So your soul, your mind, and your body are three elements that define you. Why is it sometimes you have difficulty in expressing yourself? Because your sun has to give its energy through your body. Why is it sometimes you're emotionally disconnected? Because your body and mind are disconnected. It's very rare कि sun, moon, ascendant के अंदर बैठे हैं. अगर वो भी हो जाता है, it is not considered very good because it's considered eclipse. It causes health problems.
Interesting. So sun sign is what most people follow because that's a Western zodiac sign. So what you're saying is, how does sun sign influence the personality and life direction in general? Like, what's the importance of the sun sign?
So let's understand, right? पहले तो आज हम जो sun sign की बात कर रहे हैं, most people know what sun sign is.
Mm-hmm.
In Vedic astrology, we always read a chart with ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
लगन, उसे लगन कहते हैं. लगन के बाद हम मून साइन पढ़ते हैं. मून साइन के बाद हम सन साइन पढ़ते हैं. And then based on those three parameters, we're able to give you answers. So your question is, how does sun sign influence your personality and life direction, right?
जी.
See, Vedic astrology में जो sun है, वो एक foundation है. ये core है आपका. We call it Atma, which is your soul.
Mm-hmm.
It represents who you are, who you were in your past lives, and who you will be in next life. ये change नहीं होता. A soul is a soul. It has no body. It has no boundaries. It has no energy. It is not understood what a soul is. Think of it as light. It has no weight. पता नहीं क्या है, but soul है. It is who you inherently are at a very deep level. Okay. ये soul जो है आपकी sun, it also represents your ego, your willpower, your ability to command, lead, your self-expression. ये सब आपकी कुंडली में sun से पता चलता है. How high you will go in life, how you will shine, ये sun से पता चलता है. When a sun is placed in a different zodiac sign, its characteristics automatically change. Okay. For instance, sun in Aries. Aries is a ram, right? It's a bull. अगर Aries ram, sun Aries में हो, then automatically qualities of leadership and courage will start showing up. On the other hand, अगर sun Pisces में हो, then this person is going to be more introvert. He's going to be more dealing with his own problems, his own issues. वो सोचते जाते हैं. So where your sun is placed is critical in the kundali. Extremely, extremely important. We cannot deny that fact, right? But only for the soul. But in this life, you're still living in your body, right?
Right.
अगर आपका sun strong हो, it gives you robust health, good confidence. Think of a good king, Chandragupta Maurya. He had a very good sun. He was able to be a model for people. लोग देख के कहते थे ऐसा राजा अच्छा है. Now look at some other kings like Aurangzeb. Their sun was overly bad, overly strong, but with aspects of Rahu Ketu on it. तो उससे क्या होता है? They become arrogant. They become brutal. They start treating and mistreating people. Third king होगा बहादुर शाह जफर, जिन्होंने ज़्यादा कुछ किया नहीं, right? He spent most of his time on other events. So your sun will define your struggles, your clarity, your purpose. Vedic astrology में there are many factors that are more important than sun sign. Some of them also called nakshatra. Nakshatra is आपका moon कहाँ बैठा है. So your identity is defined by sun. Your life purpose is defined by ascendant. Your mental acumen is defined by moon. Okay. Sun नक्षत्र में बैठता है, उससे भी फर्क पड़ता है, but generally हम पढ़ते नहीं. For example, अश्वनी नक्षत्र में अगर sun बैठा हो, you're a very pioneering spirit. So think about it. If you come to me for a reading and I say your sun sits in Aries in the zodiac sign and Ashwani nakshatra में बैठा है, go do what you want. You will be successful. Okay. Now obviously it depends on which house also it is sitting. But अगर आपका sun रेवती नक्षत्र में बैठा हो, then inherently you're somebody who is kind, who is nurturing. You need to probably work for non-profit or some organization which is doing good for society. So the zodiac sign for a sun is important to define your overall inherent hidden talent, your hidden ability. But many cases में हम देखते हैं, it does not come to fruition. It does not show up in many people's chart. It is your ascendant that will rule you.
Interesting. So listeners, अगर आपने अभी भी ट्यून किया है, we're talking to Dr. Saket Bhatia. He is a PhD in astrology and a certified numerologist. अगर आपके पास कोई भी सवाल है, we'll take a few calls throughout the show, which is till 5 o'clock. स्टूडियो का नंबर है 510-770-1550. But अगर आप इनसे directly contact करना चाहते हैं, his website is saketbhatia.com. saketbhatia.com. So Saket ji, sun signs are different in Vedic and Western astrology. Why is that?
That's what I'm trying to explain. देखिए, Western astrology जो है, it was invented a few thousand years ago. Okay, to be precise, Western astrology was introduced 1660 years ago.
Okay.
All right. Vedic astrology was introduced 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. पता नहीं. Vedic astrology को हम ज्योतिष कहते हैं, right? Which is the science of light. Question you're asking is, you are Sagittarius, but do you identify as Sagittarius or do you think you're more Scorpio? What do you think you are? You are a very outgoing person who likes sharing everything, or you like to keep some of your life personal, private? These are two things that you can come to know, because Sagittarius is outgoing, enterprising. हमें सबको सब कुछ बताना है. I want to always enjoy my life. Scorpio means थोड़ा बहुत खुद पे रखना है. I want to keep a little bit of what I am, very private. Okay. इससे समझने के लिए we'll need to first understand the two zodiacs that they both do. पहले हम बात करेंगे Vedic astrology की.
ठीक है.
Vedic astrology uses what we call sidereal zodiac. ये जो sidereal zodiac है, it is looked at upon the visibility of the constellation in the sky. इसका मतलब है, देखिए, Earth is not going around the sun in a circle, correct? It goes in an elliptical orbit.
Right.
Plus, the Earth also has a 23-degree tilt. All right. And I don't know if you know, but Earth की जो orbit है, ये wobble भी होती है थोड़ी सी. Because of this slight wobble, the Earth actually puts all the zodiac signs ahead 1 degree every 72 years. तो हर 72 years में zodiac sign 1 degree आगे जाते हैं. Vedic astrology accounts for that. It accounts for the tilt, it accounts for the elliptical orbit, it accounts for all those stuff.
Wow.
It accounts for the wobble. ये जो 1 degree आगे जाता है, now come back and say 1656 years में the zodiac signs have actually gone ahead 23 degrees, which means we have to pull your sun back 23 degrees. So if you are born towards the early part of Sagittarius to the mid part of Sagittarius, you're actually Scorpio. For every listener out there, you need to subtract 23 degrees from your sun. Only then you will know what you really are. That is Western Vedic astrology. Western astrology uses something called tropical zodiac, which is based on only the movement of the sun relative to the earth. It does not account for the tilt in the axis. It does not involve the wobble. It does not involve the elliptical orbit. It says, this is it, and this is what it will be. As a result, we have this error. The sun is directly over the equator around March 21st. ये वर्नल इक्वेटर, यहाँ पर एस्ट्रोलॉजी का कैलेंडर स्टार्ट होता है March 21st. तब से एरी स्टार्ट होता है. Western astrology is not as accurate. But if you go to a Western astrologer, they will also subtract the 23 degrees and come up and tell you, you're not a Sagittarius, you're a Scorpio. Now, हो सकता है, if you're, because every zodiac sign is 30 degrees, if you happen to be a Sagittarius with sun placed 24 to 30, yes, you will be a Sagittarius, but very close to Scorpio because borderline पे आ जाता है.
Interesting. You explained this, but one more time for our listeners: sun sign, moon sign, ascendant. 3 signs हैं जो आपने कहा impact करते हैं एक individual को. Can you tell how sun sign is different from the moon sign and the ascendant? One more time, please.
देखिए जो sun sign है, there are 3 things that are important in your life: your body, your mind, and your soul. Do you agree?
Correct.
Body is ascendant, mind is moon, and soul is your sun. Vedic astrology में sun and moon sign and ascendant are all required to understand your life's purpose. But Your soul is already limited by the body it is in. Correct? Sun आपका core है, मानते हैं, ये आपकी आत्मा है. Maybe in your last life you were a very rich king. Let's assume you were a very rich king. But in this life you're Sunny Moza. You're sitting as an RJ somewhere. You cannot become a king. Do you agree? Your soul now has to adapt to the body. Your mind has to adapt to the body. What these signs do, the sun sign, is it represents your ego, your life's direction. It is the core of who you really are. किसी ने कहा था कि there's a very interesting article which was published. It said, when a person dies, all souls become good souls. Correct? But there was another article which was written by someone कि based on Vedic astrology, that is not true. Some souls are considered good and some souls are considered not good. That's why we have to take rebirth to fix the wrong things that we've done. The sunshine will show us the internal spark that drives our ambition. देखिए, sometimes you may be a doctor, but you may still want to invent things. You know that, right? Pacemaker was invented by a doctor, not by an engineer. Why? What was that doctor's kundali showing? His son was sitting in the first house. It clearly shows, I need to invent. I need to do something bigger than what I am doing. अगर कुंडली में आपका सन फर्स्ट हाउस में बैठा है, consider yourself very lucky. Sun sign is your core. It is that hidden aspect which always wants to come out but is limited because of the body. Moon sign, इसे हम मन कहते हैं, right? हिंदी में. It is your emotions. It is your instinctive reaction. It is your connection to the world mentally and emotionally. How you think, how you feel, how you respond to different situations is your moon. अगर कुंडली में मून पे साथ शनि बैठा हो, राहु हो या केतु हो, we know there is going to be a problem with your mind. Especially when moon Rahu happens, we see people go crazy during full moon nights. It happens all the time.
Right.
How fast you're able to adapt to situations, how emotional you are, will also depend on your moon. Because that is what moon controls. So sun is your ego, it is your hidden purpose and your hidden talents. Moon is your emotions. And finally, aata hai Lagan, ascendant. Your physical self, your personality, your body. Why do you look the way you look? Why are you thin? Why are you fat? Why are you tall? Why are you short? Why are you good looking? Why are you not that good looking? It's all your ascendant. The Lagan is the framework. The body is the framework for your entire chart. If you don't eat healthy, you get a heart attack. You get diabetes. That is your body. It has nothing to do with the soul. It has nothing to do with the mind. The placements of the houses, the planets, the whole kundali depends on ascendant. First, we must study ascendant. I'm not saying sun sign important nahi hai. Important hai. Moon sign important hai. But Lagan is how you will deal with the world and how the world will deal with you.
Interesting.
So-
Assistant, because that's the body that can become a limiting factor, even if your sun and moon sign are great. Ascendant, which is your body, can limit that. That's what I understood.
Ascendant cannot become. Ascendant is the limiting factor.
Is the limiting
Always
factor.
it is the limiting factor. You cannot go over your sun. Impossible.
Right.
Nobody can, right? Because वो आपका hidden purpose है life का.
जी.
Now the question becomes, how do you make sure that you align these two? If Kundali में we see sun placed in the wrong house, या moon placed in the wrong house, या गलत planets aspect कर रहे हैं, then we know there could be delays, there could be issues, there could be misunderstandings, conflicts, problems, all that. For people who want to start their own businesses and lead, sun has to be strong. For people who want to grow working for somebody, sun has to be placed in the right house. Astrology में it is very easy. जब sun 10th house में बैठता है, remember I said ascendant is east. जब आप पैदा हुए थे,
जी.
तो 10th house is north. It is right on your head.
Okay.
Yes, the sun in the 10th house, generally we tell you, you'll get a good job with good recognition, good status. But somehow people misunderstand that to ये government job ही करेगा. That's not true. Astrology is not forcing you what you have to do. It is telling you what is best for you. Best in terms of satisfaction, fulfillment. Not money. Happiness, fulfillment. आपकी soul में ऐसा कुछ है. Have you ever woken up feeling happy or sad sometimes for no reason at all?
Absolutely, yeah.
It is your moon. When planets like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu go over your moon, you feel that way. कभी गुस्सा आता है आपको. It is Mars. Sometimes you just feel happy. Like you don't know why. You just feel happy. It's Venus. Now, on the other hand, look at your sun. You know, I really want to do something. I got to start a business. I got to do something big. महीना वो जोश रहता है because sun is in the right house. And चला गया, then you go like, I haven't done anything. I forgot. फिर साल बाद you'll say, एक साल पहले हमने ये किया था. Why? Because sun फिर आ गया उस घर में. So, if you have a burning desire to do something in life, if you think you're capable of doing, first look at your sun. It is your true potential. Like I said, Sunny, you could have been a king. Nobody knows what you were. It is rubbish when somebody claims, I can go back and tell you what you were. No. It is like a curtain. No astrologer can tell you what you were. Nobody can tell you what you will be. इतनी knowledge कोई इंसान में नहीं है. But we can tell you what strengths, abilities you have now, so you can make your life better going forward. Accept it and make that change. That's why an astrologer is here to help you. It's like a doctor telling you, family history hai heart attack ki, South Asian ho, be careful, change your diet. We are here to help you, to guide you.
Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. So listen, we're talking with Dr. Saket Bhatia on the Astrology Show. Dr. Saket Bhatia is a PhD in astrology and a certified numerologist and a life coach. अगर आपके पास अभी कोई सवाल है, feel free to call into the studio line. स्टूडियो का नंबर है 510-770-1550 510-770-1550. We'll continue talking about this. So Saket ji, what I understood, again, मैं सीख रहा हूँ, मुझे बड़ा मजा आता है ऐसी बातचीत का, कि मुझे बहुत सीखने को मिलता है. तो sun is your soul, your ego, moon is your mind, and ascendant is your physical body. Is that एक simplified terms में ठीक बोला मैंने? समझा?
Perfect.
So let me
Now,
ask you
if your sun is sitting in the first house, ascendant way, it is very easy for you to express yourself.
So which means your sun sign and the ascendant sign are the same. Is that?
That is what I mean. If they are the same, then you will express yourself a lot easier than most people.
Got it.
On the other hand, अगर moon आपके moon sign, ascendant sign same हो जाता है, we know this person is very emotional, बहुत sensitive है, बहुत caring है. Be careful when you talk to them. See, what astrologers should do is, when we meet somebody, we should create a mental map. We create a mental map for who you are. Like, for example, looking at you. Beyond the scope of this show, but looking at you, we know how you look. We know your skin tone. We know the way you talk. तो आपको देख के दो चीजें पता चलती है. Venus and Mars and Mercury play a very important role in your life. These two planets, Venus and Mercury, because Mercury definitely is speech, communication.
Okay.
Venus is looks. Venus is aesthetics, how the person comes across to you. Both of these things are strong, so we know Kundali mein they are very strong. Ya Kundali mein ya Navamsh mein they are going to be either in the 3rd house, 6th house, 12th house, ya 2nd house. Ye bhi pata hai. We cannot be wrong on that. Now, based on everything else you've gone through in life, we can start creating a map, and हम एक ऐसी कुंडली बना सकते हैं which will actually be very close to your real कुंडली.
Interesting. So basically you're saying, kyunki it's a cause and effect thing, you can go backwards also if you don't have all the details.
I don't think there is any cause. जो होना है वो होना है. It always happens. It is an effect.
Right.
You cannot deny. If you're going to make money, you're going to make money. If you're going to lose money, you're going to lose money. You can't stop it. If you're going to get married, have kids, you're going to marry, have kids. तो no नहीं बोल सकोगे. वो होना है तो होना है. Life has, the only thing you can do is you can fight the kundali because you're bigger than it. अगर आपकी life बहुत लंबी है, great. You'll say, I want to jump in front of a train. That is your choice, but not recommended. हम यही कहते हैं कि हर एक आदमी या औरत को हर एक चीज नहीं मिलती लाइफ में. So learn to appreciate what you have. Start with that. Very easy. Start with that very basic thing. Appreciate what you have. Grow. Nobody has ever made it big working on their weakness. Remember, you make it big in life by working on your strengths. Your strengths will automatically pull your weakness and make you the person you are. The minute you start working on your weakness, that is when your downfall starts, because you don't focus on your strength.
It's very interesting that you say that. बहुत पहले कोई रियलिटी शो था जिसमें हिमेश रेशमिया था, And that's exactly what he said. He said if a singer has a particular tone, he should focus more on that. Once he establishes himself in that, then he can work on other genres. But exactly what he said, पहले अपनी strength पे काम करो, बाद में अपनी weakness पे काम करो. So let me ask you a googly question. Can two people with same sun sign have two very different personalities? Yes or no? Why not?
So there are 12 signs.
Ji.
That means 1 out of 12 person has a different sign.
Correct.
That means 2 out of 24 people have the same sign.
Right.
That means approximately 1 divided by 12, right? Which is
like almost
approximately
10%, almost like 10 in one. Yeah. 8%, 9% people.
8.5% people have the same sun sign. So
Right.
why do so many people have different personalities, and why do some people have similar personalities? Look at some CEOs of companies. Generally, they're very aggressive people, right? They're very demanding people.
Right.
But you also have people who run companies who are very nice. They tell their employees, do it your way. In fact, those companies have done better. Now let's understand why two individuals with the same sun sign can have different personalities. Because Vedic astrology में it is not just where your sun sits. ये बहुत complex framework है. It is where your sun sits, who your sun is sitting with, who is looking at that sign, who is the lord of that sign, where that lord is sitting. Okay. Sun will reveal again your core, willpower, everything else. But it only is a complete picture when we study everything else. अगर आपका sun अच्छे घर में है, two people's sun is in the same sign at the same degree. Great. Excellent. But now let's assume उनका ascendant अलग है and दोनों का moon भी अलग है. One could be a very emotional person, while one could be a very strong-headed person. One could be a complete lunatic. अगर मून खराब हो गया, माइंड खराब हो गया. अगर असेंडेंट खराब हो गया, बॉडी खराब हो गई. One could be fat, one could be very skinny, one could be, he could not have any limbs. Maybe he is handicapped. If that happens, सबकी लाइफ अलग हो जाएगी.
बिल्कुल.
Although the sun sign is same, the leadership skill is the same, the self-expression is the same, but the actions have to be different because the body is limiting it, the mind is limiting it. Do you get that? So, if somebody, let's say, has a Cancer ascendant sun, Cancer in general is a water sign. जब sun hot planet water sign में बैठता है तो उसकी strength काफी खत्म हो जाती है. Okay. Generally, these people happen to be nurturing. On the other hand, अगर sun Leo में आ जाता है जो उसका खुद का घर है, they tend to be more aggressive because it's a fire sign. So while sun is important, it is the other planets that will cause the problem. The other planets that will change and make you different. मैंने पहले कहा था हाउस प्लेसमेंट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर सन 10th हाउस में हो, सक्सेस, पब्लिक रिकग्निशन, यू विल बी एम्बिशियस, यू विल बी वेरी स्टेटस फोकस्ड इन लाइफ कि हमें तो लाइफ में कुछ करना है. बट अगर यही सन उल्टा 4th हाउस में चला गया, 4th हाउस मीन्स साउथ, इट इज अ हिडन हाउस, वो तो नीचे है. ऑल योर एनर्जी विल बी डायरेक्टेड इनवर्ड. यू विल नाउ से आई डोंट केयर अबाउट माय वर्क, मुझे तो फैमिली पे फोकस करना है. फैमिली, होम, पर्सनल फुलफिलमेंट. सन की एक और इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग है, ये गर्म प्लैनेट होता है. ये जहां बैठता है, इट बर्न्स दैट हाउस.
Okay.
We generally see people who have sun in the first house have weak eyes, weak bones, weak teeth. Sun does that. अगर sun 6th house में बैठा हो, weak digestive system. अगर 7th house में बैठा हो, lots of arguments with spouse. Problems बहुत देता है. जहां बैठता है, dominant करता है and damage भी करता है.
It's like almost like having a gun. It can protect you, or depending on the scenario you are in, sun can actually be, जैसे आपने बोला, depending on कहाँ पर है वो.
And sun can be either a rifle, it can be a machine gun, or it can be a torpedo. You have to decide कौन से एंगल पे है. अगर यही sun वीनस के साथ बैठा हो, या एस्पेक्ट हो, या जुपिटर हो, तो पॉजिटिविटी बढ़ जाती है उसकी. It starts doing good. A planet will always take the shape of the company it keeps, right? So when you come to me, we have to see that ये planet किसके साथ बैठा है. On the other hand, अगर sun शनि के साथ बैठा हो, राहु and केतु, then it will lead to struggles in life. Struggles with self-esteem, clarity, purpose in life. एक चीज लोग कहते हैं शनि इज अ वेरी डेंजरस प्लैनेट, राइट?
जी।
वेल, ऑन अ स्केल शनि तो खराब है, बट उससे ज्यादा डेंजरस होता है राहु, एंड राहु से भी ज्यादा नेगेटिव इज केतु. Rahu can eat up the moon, causing lunacy, causing mental asylum. We see that in many cases.
Wow.
Ketu, on the other hand, can eat up the sun. अगर केतु सन के साथ बैठ जाए तो that is going to be a significant problem for you.
Wow.
Very big problem. Okay, so we were talking about people and why two people can be different. We spoke about house, we spoke about planets, we spoke about सन की कौन से हाउस वो जोडिएक साइन में बैठा है. फिर सन की नक्षत्र भी देखनी पड़ेगी, बिकॉज दैट विल शेप योर पर्सनैलिटी, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल सन इन एरीज एंड अश्वनी नक्षत्र, पहले भी कहा, रिस्क टेकर, डू व्हाट यू वांट. बट अगर यही सेम भारनी नक्षत्र में आए तो विल टेल यू भाई थोड़ा स्लो करो, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट रेडी टू टेक चेंज इन योर लाइफ. तुम पहले भी पिछले जन्म में कुछ कर सकते हो बट डिड नॉट वर्क आउट. बी केयरफुल, इट्स अ लेसन. And above all of this, Sunny, the most important thing is what we call dasha. Dasha means time period.
Okay.
आप घर जाओगे, एक
जी.
switch on करोगे. It's called a light switch. It goes on and off. Dasha simply means ये activate हो गया. And when activated, everything that planet represents, the house it sits in, will get activated. Okay. If you and I have the same sun, the same ascendant, सब same है, same नक्षत्र, बट आपकी दशा अलग है, मेरी अलग है, तो रिजल्ट्स अलग आएंगे.
इंटरेस्टिंग. तो लॉट ऑफ फैक्टर्स. साकेत जी, काफी देर से कॉल बज रही है. लेट मी टेक दिस कॉल ऑन एयर.
ओके.
कॉलर, योर लाइव ऑन एयर. आपका नाम?
Sir, there, can I ask a question, please?
Yes. Tell me your name, your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, so Saket ji can do his calculations.
Skip the name part, but
Sure.
I'll tell you the other details.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, we usually, maybe Sunny's नहीं, but we usually don't ask for names.
Yeah, actually मैं अपने शो में नाम पूछता ना, मैं भूल गया. तो सिर्फ 3 चीजें: डेट ऑफ बर्थ, प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ, टाइम ऑफ बर्थ, प्लीज.
अपने शो पे you also give tickets. यहाँ टिकटें नहीं है.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
April 11, 1966, in the evening at 5:17 in Cochin, which is in Canada. And my question is, can I get some highlights on my job scenario? Is it going to stay for a couple of more years, or there would be a shift, or I'll get a later?
Saket ji, were you able to hear the question?
Not completely, but
I
got
let me
the
I
ballpark
think
estimate.
I think she said job scenario, how it will be for the next few years, whether she'll stay here or she will have to move.
When you say stay here or move, can you explain? Move back to India, move to a different state, क्या करना चाहते हो?
Will I get a layoff?
Okay. You're born on 11th April 1966 at 5:17 in the evening in Cochin, correct?
Yes.
So in Vedic astrology, you're a Virgo ascendant. Means everything in your life is run by Mercury. All right. आपकी कुंडली में we see Mercury is sitting in a house called debilitated, and Mercury also rules your career house. So that is considered to be a problem. Unfortunately, we cannot change that. Dasha you're running is Rahu, and Rahu के अंदर you're running Mars Dasha right now. Rahu Moon and Rahu Mars. In transit, Jupiter sits on your career house. I think nothing will happen to your career for a year. Okay. You should be fine for a year, but starting sometime June of next year, things are not very good for you. Rahu Mars Dasha will come, and Rahu Mars Dasha essentially is a Dasha of loss. A loss of losing job, loss of ill health in this kundali. So I just wish you well. Things are okay for a year, but not beyond that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, ma'am. Once again, जब आप कॉल करते हैं, ऑल यू हैव टू गिव इज डेट, टाइम एंड प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ, एंड स्टूडियो का नंबर है 5107701550, 5107701550। और अगर आप इनका पर्सनल अपॉइंटमेंट बनाना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज नॉट एवरीथिंग कैन बी सेड ऑन द एयर, देन यू कैन गो टू saketbhatia.com टू गेट मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन एंड गेट कनेक्टेड विद साकेत जी। एंड वंस अगेन, जिन लोगों ने अभी अभी ज्वाइन किया है, यू लिसनिंग टू द एस्ट्रोलॉजी शो विद डॉक्टर साकेत Bhatia, who has a PhD in astrology and is a certified numerologist and a life coach with over 12,000 satisfied clients. बहुत सारी सन की बात चल रही है, तो बाय द वे, आर देयर एनी मिसकंसेप्शंस? क्योंकि इतनी आपने डिटेल्स बताई हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ अस वी जस्ट लुक एट द हॉरोस्कोप जो डेली होता है बेस्ड ऑन सन साइन एंड वी गेट हैप्पी, आज ये बोला गया, बट आर देयर एनी मिसकंसेप्शंस अबाउट सन साइंस इन एस्ट्रोलॉजी?
Yes, and just to let you know, अगर कोई calls आते हैं, you can let me know in between, because Vedika always cuts me out जब calls आते हैं.
Sure,
Otherwise,
you
we'll
were
be
you were
filled.
in the you were in a very good train of thought. I don't want to cut you at that time, but मैंने appropriate time देख के मैंने आपको बता दिया. But yeah, I will let you know when there is a call.
यार क्या होता है, in Vedic astrology बहुत misconceptions है, and that is primarily because of Western astrology. Western astrology has become very popular. Newspapers, TikTok, Instagram, हर जगह Western astrology है. Mercury retrograde हो गया, let's not communicate with our partner. Mars retrograde हो गया, दुनिया में war start हो जाएगा. Saturn retrograde हो गया, floods आ जाएंगे. That's what Western astrology has done to us. The issue is astrology is a very complicated science, and इसके जो genuine people who understand astrology is not a lot. It's small, but many people have made it. What's the right word? Gimmick, fun होता है, right? Western astrology really is about what's the right word I'm looking for? Entertainment. So one misconception is sun is your entire personality, which is not true. Newspaper horoscope कहते हैं, you are a Virgo, today's day is going to be good, you're going to go out, you're going to meet somebody interesting, have a good conversation, it might rain, have your umbrella ready. Great. But Vedic astrology, on the other hand, will place equal emphasis or more emphasis on moon sign and then ascendant. हम वैदिक एस्ट्रोलॉजी में हमेशा राशि पढ़ते हैं, तो सन इज जस्ट वन पार्ट ऑफ हु यू आर. ये मिसकंसेप्शन है दैट सन साइन इज एवरीथिंग. सेकंड मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग इज जो सन साइन है, ये एक ऐसा ही ट्रेट है जो आपके साथ रहेगा. पहले भी कहा है, दैट्स नॉट ट्रू. अ सन साइन इज व्हाट इज रियली हिडन इन यू, बट हाउ यू डिनोट दैट विल कम थ्रू योर बॉडी. यू आर लिमिटेड. अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू लिव इन अमेरिका, राइट? You cannot go and help victims who जो US जो यूक्रेन का वॉर, you cannot help them because you're located here.
Right.
Your soul cannot come out of your body, do what
Right.
it wants and go back in. If it comes out, it's called death. But जब तक
Saket
हम
ji,
जिंदा है,
we do have a call. Just letting you know.
sure.
Should
Let's
I take it?
the call. Yeah.
Okay. Caller, you're live on air. Please tell your date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, and then your question, please.
So time of birth is around 7:45 सुबह,
जी.
July 26, 1964. और डॉक्टर साकेत जी के लिए एक क्वेश्चन था.
जी,
Okay.
go ahead. He's listening.
Yeah, Dr. Saket, good afternoon. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Good to hear your voice. I have a question on my career change. Do you think
before you do that, you were born 26 June 1964.
No,
at 6:40.
July. 26 July 1964 in the morning around 7. Exact time नहीं मालूम, 6:45 है.
No problem, but where were you born?
I was born in Bharatpur, Rajasthan.
That's what I want. Okay, now you can go ahead.
So, question for the career change this time is, what would you advise?
What would I advise for career change right now?
Yes, please.
देखिए, हम एस्ट्रोलॉजी में आज बात कर रहे थे सन साइन की. You had sun sitting in Cancer. You should have done something of your own in life. If you haven't, ये एक मिस्टेक की आपने कि खुद का कुछ नहीं किया. Granted, sun still sits in Cancer, but it would have been very nice for you to start something. Are you working for someone?
Yes.
Okay. आपकी जो ascendant है वो कैंसर है, और आपकी जो दशा चल रही है वो मर्क्यूरी के है. एंड मर्क्यूरी के अंदर दशा चल रही है फिर मर्क्यूरी की. In this kundali, Mercury is not a good planet. It represents hobbies, money, loss, and difficulty in earning. हम जब करियर देखते हैं, we always study the 10th house. 10th house का लॉर्ड है मार्स. ओके, वो मर्क्यूरी के घर में बैठा है, which is considered good. अब दशा चल रही है मर्क्यूरी से do not change your job. अगर आपको जॉब चेंज ही करना है, I recommend you try doing it after May of next year. May next year Jupiter transit में आपके ascendant पे आता है. You're still running Mercury Ketu Dasha, which is actually all about career, service, work. Ketu acts like Jupiter. Do it after May 15th, 2026. You will feel a lot better. Okay?
Okay. तो अपना कुछ काम करना चाहे तो that would be considered as a career change too, right?
I encourage you to do it. Please do that. अपना खुद का कुछ करो, उसका भी टाइम स्टार्ट हो रहा है May. So by May you can do something. Do it. It's better for you. Yes. But अब प्लान करोगे तो ही होगा ना?
हाँ नहीं, correct. So anyway, so I think I need to talk to you more in detail, but not possible on. So I'll take the appointment or something within a couple of months. Sit down.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Once again, like I said earlier, there's only so much we can talk about on air. अगर आप उनसे directly राब्ता कायम करना चाहते हैं, कुछ personal चीज़ें पूछना चाहते हैं, then you can call him directly at 408-639-5300. Or just remember the website saketbhatia.com, saketbhatia.com. Those of you just tuned in, you are listening to the Astrology Show with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Saket, did you want to add anything on the previous one before we got the call, or should I ask you something else now?
नहीं, I was talking about जो आपने कहा था question, right? The sun sign. You asked me misconception.
Misconceptions.
एक misconception ये भी था कि people believe that their luck, everything depends on sun sign. Oh, I was born as a Leo, so I should have done something. I was born as Pisces, I'm an introvert. ऐसा नहीं होता. That's not true. So that's another misconception. Your success in life, your failures in life, leadership, that's not based only on sun. It is based on many other things. देखिए, सन इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक पजल है, पजल का एक पीस है, छोटा सा पीस है जो जाना चाहिए. बट डोंट फॉरगेट द बिगर पिक्चर, व्हाट द पजल इज ऑल अबाउट, दैट इज यू.
Interesting.
Who is making that puzzle? That is your mind. The pieces are the sun. Remember that.
I'm learning, trust me, I'm learning a lot today. And thanks to Vedika for going to India. Saket ji, we have one more call. Let's take that, then I'll come back to you.
Sure.
Caller, you're live on air. Aapka date of birth, time of birth, or place of birth, please.
I have a general question for Dr. Bhatia, if he can answer.
Please go ahead. He's listening.
Namaste, Dr. Bhatia. How are you?
Namaste. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good as well, Dr. Bhatia. So, Dr. Bhatia, I have a question. So, there are three aspects. One aspect is the dasha. Second aspect is the gochar, which is the transit. And the third aspect is vastu. So, how do you, which one is most important, and how exactly do you evaluate these things for to tell anyone if he's running with a good time or not a good one?
So, you said the three aspects. One is gochar, which is transit. एक आपने कहा वास्तु, और तीसरा कौन सा था?
दशा महादशा अंतर्गत.
Okay, but why vastu? Vastu कहाँ से आ गया यहाँ?
Oh, so a lot of times people say that even if you always go for a house which has a good vastu, otherwise it can create trouble. But if the dasha is running good, then how does it matter of all these things?
Okay, so यही हुआ कि let's say you and I both have to go to, you, me and Sunny, and three of us, we are all going to New York. Okay, do you agree? हम तीनों न्यूयॉर्क जा रहे हैं. Sunny says मैं प्लेन लेके जाता हूँ. He'll reach comfortably. He will reach fast. मैं गाड़ी लेके जा रहा हूँ. I will reach way after Sunny, but I will reach there. You decide कि मैं ट्रेन लेके जाऊँगा या चल के जाऊँगा. You will get there. So what I am trying to say is, ये जो तीनों चीजें आपने कही थी ना, whether it is dasha or whether it is transit or whether it is vastu, most important in them will be dasha. Always. Transits do not play more than 33% role in astrology. Remember that. You cannot give that much emphasis to transit. कोई कुंडली में जुपिटर बुरा प्लैनेट होता है, but transit में it's always a good planet. But उसकी दशा अगर उल्टी चल रही है, he is going to reduce the ill effect of that dasha.
अगर दशा अच्छी चल रही है वो थोड़ा सा बढ़ाएगा. So that is one given. Vastu is unfortunately very misunderstood. You cannot go and tell me मुझे north east घर लेना है, मुझे north लेना है, east लेना है. Just yesterday I got a call from a builder who's building 20 houses in San Jose. 21. They said we want you to tell us the direction of these houses. Vastu depends on your chart also. अगर आपकी कुंडली में Mars is very strong, take a south facing house. अगर Saturn बहुत strong है, take a west facing house. Vastu will really depend. When we do Vastu, we don't just come in and say ये घर है. हम आके देखते हैं कि भाई आपकी लाइफ में आपकी कुंडली क्या है. सेकंड हम देखेंगे कि आपकी एस्पिरेशंस क्या है लाइफ में. You want to become a CEO, you want to be more family focused, do you have health issues? Vastu will again reduce that considerably. So in order of emphasis, first I would say you have to give 100% emphasis to Dasha, 33% to Gochar, and probably 25% to Vastu. That's the right order to put it in. Vastu is a subsection. It will increase or decrease the impact of your Dasha. Okay? Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Thank you so much. साकेत जी, जो मुझे अभी समझ में आ रहा है इनके सवाल से भी, जो पहले भी, आई थिंक व्हाट आई अंडरस्टूड इज एवरीथिंग इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन, नथिंग इज बाय ऑन इट्स ओन, चाहे वो सन साइन हो या वास्तु, सब कुछ किस चीज के साथ कंबाइन हो रहा है तब जाके उसका असर निकल के आता है. इज दैट अ सिंप्लीफाइड वे ऑफ सेइंग इट करेक्टली?
It is more complicated than that. Right? As an astrologer, when we read your कुंडली, हम कुंडली पढ़ते हैं और हम ट्रांजिट मेंटल मैप में बना रहे हैं. अभी तो हम असेंडेंट की बात कर रहे थे, हम तो अभी तक तो राशि की बात कर रहे हैं. वी हैवंट इवन स्पोकन अबाउट द नवम्स चार्ट. जैसे आपका एक पार्टनर होता है, सेम वे अ कुंडली आल्सो हैज ए सपोर्ट चार्ट. इट इज कॉल्ड स्पाउसल चार्ट. अगर एक प्लैनेट राशि चार्ट में स्ट्रांग हो और नवम चार्ट में भी स्ट्रांग हो, दैट प्लैनेट विल गिव यू रिजल्ट्स. फॉर गुड और बैड वी डोंट नो, बट रिजल्ट्स देगा. अगर प्लैनेट राशि चार्ट में स्ट्रांग हो, नवंश में वीक हो, it will lose a lot of its potential, but not if the planet is sitting in its own house or exalted. So for example, अगर आपका जुपिटर बहुत स्ट्रांग हो कुंडली में, बट नवंश में वीक हो, तुमको वो रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलेगी, वो क्रेडिट नहीं मिलेगा लाइफ में जो मिलना चाहिए. सी राशि कैन नॉट बी कॉन्ट्रडिक्टेड. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि तुम राशि चार्ट में तुम जीनियस हो और नवंश में तुम्हारी बुद्धि भ्रष्ट है. That just means you will use your intelligence the wrong way for wrong causes. Okay, you will still be intelligent. Remember that. So we are still understanding ये क्या है, दशा होती है, like the other person said, गोचर होता है, वास्तु होता है. इतने सारे parameters और factors हैं that we have to account for all of these when we do a reading. When people come to me, I tell them, do not come like and say हमें आज अब अपॉइंटमेंट चाहिए. I don't do that. I need to study your chart for at least minimum 1 hour. चार्ट तो सॉफ्टवेयर बना देता है, बट हमें 1 घंटा तो पढ़ना है. So at least we are able to answer all your questions and answer things you had not expected. Most importantly, health questions.
Interesting. So listeners, once again, if you want to contact Saket ji directly, please note down the number is 408-639-5300. 408-639-5300, or even better, remember the website saketbhatia.com. So Saket ji, how does the house placement and the planetary aspects affect how a sun is expressed in a person's life?
So there are 12 houses. We'll go through each and every one.
Okay.
अगर सन आपके फर्स्ट हाउस में हो, success, self, you're easy to express yourself. Strong confidence, strong personality, strong identity. But ये भी kick in होगी जब दशा आएगा और जब शन mature होता है. You know how people get mature over time? वैसे भी planets mature होते हैं. केतु will mature at 49, राहु will mature at 42. उससे पहले उनका रिजल्ट नहीं आता. Interesting, right? Jupiter will mature at a certain age. Yes.
Interesting.
अगर आपका सन फर्स्ट हाउस में है, you will generally be a natural leader, whether it is for you, your family, your community, your country. बट अगर सन बुरे प्लैनेट के साथ हो तो एरोगेंस बढ़ जाती है, ईगो बढ़ जाती है. सेकंड हाउस, वेल्थ एंड वैल्यूज. अगर ये प्लैनेट सन सेकंड हाउस में बैठा है, you generally focus, your soul is focused on material security, not gaining but material security. It brings financial gains. इससे ancestral wealth बहुत मिलता है.
Okay.
Generally we've seen these are very authoritative people. जब बात करते हैं, you listen to them because second house is speech. People like I don't know, some actors who have very strong voices, like Amrish Puri. Look at their Kundali, Sun will be associated with the second house, speech. Sun in the third house, courage, it gives you strong communication, and they excel in third house matters, which is relations with siblings, and they also do good amount of hobbies. But अगर afflicted है तो domination start हो जाता है. Fourth house में good amount of property, real estate, they're tied in their roots. On the fifth other side, they don't want to leave their country, they don't want to move overseas, they want to stay where they are. Sun in the fifth house, intelligent kids, creative children, artistic talent, basically very smart people. But अगर यही sun खराब हो जाए, then you tend to be taking speculative chances. You tend to miscalculate what your children want in life. Relations खराब हो जाते हैं. In the sixth house, ये तो service का घर है, so it makes you work very hard, overcome obstacles. Sun in the sixth house means law is very good, medicine के लिए अच्छा होता है. Downside is health, आपकी खुद की body की health खराब कर देता है. Sun in the seventh house, generally not welcome, destroys married life.
Wow.
Causes domination with the other partner. ये एक वो है कि जो अच्छा नहीं है, but अगर business start करोगे तो उसके लिए अच्छा है. Sun in the eighth house, you're a very hidden person, you don't tell people what you are, but inheritance अच्छा मिलता है. Sun in ninth house, good luck, good spirituality, good wisdom, higher learning. You excel in stuff. There is no bad thing with Sun in the ninth house. No side effect. 10th
Wow.
house हमने पहले भी कहा है, you will do well in your career, you will shine. Sun in, no bad thing in here. 11th house. 11th house is success, recognition. यहाँ पर जब Sun हो, तो it causes you to shine in your social circle. People know who you are. But अगर यहाँ पर weak हो Sun, तो you have to work harder at becoming more famous, recognition. And finally, 12th house. House of spirituality, solitude. अगर यहाँ हो, your true focus in life will always be, I want to give up my life and be more spiritual. Isolation हो जाता है इससे. Spiritual progress बढ़ती है. So, this is just the placement of Sun in different houses. अभी इसके बाद हमें बात करनी थी ये अलग साइंस में कैसे होगा, इसके ऊपर एस्पेक्ट्स होगी तो कैसे होगा, इन पे डिग्रीज होगी तो कैसे होगा. These days, I have lots of people coming to me and saying, I'm getting very spiritual. Well, look at your sun, look at your dasha, look at the gochar. I bet you all of these are working together to make you a spiritual person. और ये spirituality 2 साल के बच्चे को नहीं आती, 10 साल के आदमी को नहीं आती. Have you noticed why most people become spiritual after 49? Just a question. Because Ketu is the planet of spirituality. वो तब kick in होता है. Its effects
So
can
basically,
be
like you
start-
said, that Ketu is maturing at that time for that person. Is that what you said earlier?
That is true. Ketu matures for everybody at 49. At 48, you will start seeing effects. You may be a spiritual person, but you will start getting more involved in that lifestyle. You could be very religious. Ketu karega. You will start seeing its results at that particular age. Wherever Ketu is sitting, for all the listeners, go to my website. Just simply go and punch in your date of birth, place of birth, time of birth. एक कुंडली फ्री जनरेट कीजिए. Look where your sun is. पता चलेगा आपको who you truly are, what you are truly made up of. We don't keep your data, so it's confidential. But पता चलेगा कि सनी who you are. What is your true purpose in life?
Interesting.
Strengths क्या है?
I am intrigued by this show a lot and I'm looking forward to talking to you again next week. तो but listeners, अगर आपने सुना है लास्ट वाला पार्ट और सोचा कि अरे कहाँ जाना है वेबसाइट पे, go to saketbhatia.com, saketbhatia.com. This entire hour has been a great learning experience for me. And once again, you were listening to the astrology show with Dr. Saket Bhatia. And once again, Saket Bhatia ji is a PhD in astrology and a certified numerologist and a life coach. तो अगर आप इनसे directly contact करना चाहते हैं, because lots of things in astrology, numerology are very personal, you can call him at 408-639-5300, 408-639-5300, or go to saketbhatia.com, saketbhatia.com. Saket ji, thank you so much. आप हर हफ्ते हमारे साथ आते हैं and I'm really looking forward to our show next week again.
Same here. I wish all my listeners a very good week ahead. Have a good weekend, good week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Same
Thank
with
you, sir.
Sunny. Take care.
Thank you, Saket ji.